Welcome back, everyone, to my channel. And all right, Cancer, let's get right into your reading. We're going through 6 retrogrades, and for your sign, this activates the emotional body, the karmic body, and every past life pattern that ever sit beneath the surface of your connections. The spread is going to go deep, and we're looking at your past life contract, the current lifetime energy, the shadow work, and your person's trigger in each other. The retrograde revelations, the union timeline, and the higher self and destiny messages. And for those, this is my board all spread out. And at the bottom of the deck, the energy that we're looking at is the Six of Swords. It looks like someone is needing to transition or move on. But this card had jumped out while I was shuffling my cards. And this is the Three of Swords. So it looks like there is a hidden energy of some suffering and pain and heartbreak. My light is not on. Just one second. Oh, there it's all right. So so if you're here, it is because this connection is not random. It's karmic, it's unfinished, and it's trying to move you into some clarity. So take a breath, open your intuition, and let's see what's really happening underneath the surface. I'm home from work. I don't feel good today, so hopefully I can make it through this. All right, so Cancer. This connection for you is not new, not by a long shot. You've done this dance before with different bodies, perhaps, maybe different timelines, but the same emotional patterns keep on coming up for you. So, this past life contract shows a dynamic where power, sacrifice, and emotional distance shaped everything up for you. And in this lifetime, you return to finally end the cycle. So let's go into each of the layers, okay? So let's look at your past life contract. And so you have the reverse strength, the hanged man, and the queen of swords. All right, so in a past life, one of you held all the emotional power and the other surrendered to too much of themselves. So, reverse strength is about someone who is not emotionally dependent, they're fragile, they're easily overwhelmed. And while the other one, who is the Queen of Swords, they're emotionally detached, protective, very guarded. So one is very much fragile, and the other one is very solid and cold, maybe a little too stoic. The Hanged Man is showing the connection was never resolved. One person just waited and waited and waited, and the other just withdrew. And so you reincarnated with the same karmic contract. One of you needs to be vulnerable and the other needs to learn some softness. So you weren't done then, and so you picked off where you left off. Now, the current timeline that I am showing for you all is the King of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Chariot. So here in this lifetime, the roles reversed again. The King of Swords shows your person operating from logic instead of heart, and they're guarded, cautious, afraid to say what they really feel. The Nine of Wands shows that you're holding on, but you are exhausted. There's been a lot of resistance for you, and you've been fighting for some clarity, some consistency, some effort, and it's wearing you down, but you're so close. And so the Chariot is showing you that you are pushing forward, wanting movement, wanting direction. You just want some truth. And this lifetime is about confronting the emotional blocks both of you avoided before. Now, the shadow work is coming up, the wounds that you mirror. And so you've got the Four of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the reverse Eight of Swords. So the Four of Wands shows you want stability, home, partnership, but you carry fear around whether you are fully chosen. And their shadow is the Two of Wands, shows indecision. They struggle to choose a direction even when they feel this connection. And so the shared shadow between you two is the reverse Eight of Wands. No, reverse Eight of Swords. And it is about block communication, delayed movement, and emotional hesitation, even some blocked entrapment, imprisonment. So this is a connection where both wanted some closeness, but both fear the consequences of getting too close. And so in the retrograde, you're going to have some revelations. The universe is going to show you a few things. And one of them is this retrograde is going to show you, because you got the Nine of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and the King of Wands reversed. So the Nine of Swords is sleepless nights, fear, anxiety, replaying conversations. There is some worst case scenarios that are showing up. This connection activated some very deep wounds in both of you. And so with the reverse Wheel of Fortune, this is showing that your timing has been really off and it wasn't accidental. And so that the universe intentionally slowed this to break this karmic loop. And so the reverse King of Wands is a fear of stepping up, fear of making the wrong move, fear of vulnerability, and it's disguised as being distant from you. And so this retrograde is revealing you both were terrified of losing each other and equally terrified of repeating an old pattern. So the union timeline that I am showing here for you, I have the Five of Cups, I have the reverse Three of Cups, and I have the Eight of Cups reversed as well. So this timeline is emotional, it's raw, it's honest. And so the Five of Cups is a lot about grief, pain, disappointment, regrets. And so one or both of you is feeling the loss of what this connection has been. You know, there is definitely suffering showing up here. And so the reverse Three of Cups shows some form of isolation, withdrawal, emotional separation, and not because the love is gone, but the healing was needed here. There was no support. Hey, Jessica, does this sound like you? Right? I've been, everybody who has been messaging me with all these readings is like, oh my God, you're talking about my story. And so then the Eight of Cups shows, um, so the Eight of Cups reverse shows one thing clearly. Neither of you is truly walking away. You're just emotionally unfinished. So this is a cycle of pause, healing, truth, emotional reset. Nobody can be strong enough to walk away. So the higher self, the destiny calling for you, the guides, messages. You've got the reversed Fool, the King of Pentacles, and the Temperance reverse. So your higher selves is revealing the deeper truth. The reverse Fool shows fear of taking the leap. Both of you here, because someone is terrified of repeating a past life mistake. And the King of Pentacles here is showing a soul level desire for stability, loyalty, commitment, grounded connection here. And this is what the connection wants to become. So the reversed Temperance shows imbalance. It needs to be fixed. And neither of you are aligned enough to build something stable yet. And your guides are saying the foundation must shift before union can occur. So the root card under the deck is where this whole thing is anchoring. And this is the Six of Swords. It's in a transition, it's healing, it's moving on from emotional chaos into some clarity. And so it's not an ending, it's not abandonment, it's not goodbye, it's a karmic push. Because under that, you've got the Seven of Cups upside down. And this means, there is nobody more aligned to help you fulfill this karmic contract than each other. You're moving differently than you did in the past, healing what was ignored, and you're shifting the dynamic before you reconnect, because there is some suffering and heartbreak here for both of you. This is a lifetime where you broke emotional patterns and not recreate them. So, Cancer, this is a soul contract. It's built on unfinished emotional business from a past life where imbalance, fears, and unspoken truth kept union from happening with you. And this lifetime is mirroring this pattern. One person guarded, the other overwhelmed, both afraid of the same outcome. And the shadow work revealed blocked communication, indecision, projections, retrogrades are forcing the exposure of some hidden fears, emotional avoidance, and the unresolved pain between the two of you. So this timeline, it's showing some temporary separation, some emotional disappointments, but a refusal to walk away from each other. And the higher selves want long-term stability for you, but you are fearing timing and emotional imbalances because they have to be healed first. So with this transition, that is the overall energy of the deck. This is a lifetime where both of you learn to move differently, not from fear, but from avoidance. Cancer, this connection has been trying to get your attention for months, maybe even years. And it's because it's tied to a karmic loop that has been following you both throughout your lifetimes. And this isn't love at first sight, it is recognition at first soul contract. And this is a person who woke up your intuition. It's a person who wakes up your wounds. And this is a person who wakens the parts of you that you bury deep down inside. And their soul came here for the exact same reason, to let go deeper into the deeper layers of your soul. So this connection was unequal. And once you were understanding that you were too emotionally fragile and dependent and terrified of losing this connection, with this person being so guarded and detached and ruled logic over emotions, you still loved each other. And, this connection didn't end, it just stalled, it just froze in place. And, you could wait a whole lifetime and the other will just keep their heart locked up to protect themselves. And so the wound followed you here to repeat again. And so this lifetime is the redo and a chance to finally balance that emotional power and spiritual vulnerability. And so, your shadow, your shadow here, it wanted stability, it wanted security, it wanted a home with someone. But you're terrified that choosing wrong will destroy you. And so their shadow is they fear choosing someone, wrong. And so they fear losing you at the same time. And so they stay in this indecision because they cannot handle the emotional responsibility. So there's shared shadows here, blocked communication, waiting for each other to make the first move, fear of vulnerability, fear of being misleading the signals, fear of failure. This is a love story. It's a mirror story. So you both are suffering. And whether you both know it or not, it's you're both suffering, and it's for different reasons. You're afraid of abandonment and they're afraid of failure. And so the timing has been blocked on purpose. And so the universe prevented this connection from moving on to avoid repeating the same karmic ending as in the past life. And so your person fears becoming what you need, because deep down inside, they think you are not. And that's why they run. This is why they avoid. This is why they detach. They're not avoiding you. They are avoiding their own emotional reflections. And so the union outcome that there's more to this story is that you both feel this loss, you both feel this separation, you both are feeling this grief. And this isn't about the end of a relationship, it's about grieving what could have been. The reverse Three of Cups here is about the distance, the isolation, the love that wasn't experienced. Neither of you walked away completely either. It was just paused. And so, both of you are fearing taking that leap. You've been hurt, you've been traumatized, and neither of you wants to risk repeating this cycle again. And so your souls want stability, it wants real commitment, it wants a long-term potential, not just some kind of fantasy. And so this connection cannot move forward without some emotional recalibration. And this is not a get back together now reading. I'm sorry. This is a heal first or repeat the past life ending again. And so this is an anchor of the entire connection. The Six of Swords is a transition. It is not abandonment. It is moving out of emotional chaos. It is moving into clarity. It is healing. It is recalibration. And it is moving differently than it did before. And this is a lifetime where you break the karmic patterns, not receive it. Not recreate it. You didn't meet this person to recreate the pain of your past life. You met to resolve this. And you didn't love them to lose yourself. You loved them to find the part of you that still needed to be healed. And this connection is not done, okay? It cannot move forward as it is. They evolved to return to you. And if they stay frozen and stuck, you will continue without them. But with the spiritual clarity you came here to learn, you may able to resolve your own self. And so if they are a mirror, they are a mirror to you. This isn't about a reunion. This is about evolution. And this is about your evolution. So Cancer, this is your reading. This week brings you some emotional truths to the surface. Truth that you may have been trying to avoid, truth that your person has definitely been avoiding, and these retrogrades are pulling you out of some old cycles into a new level of emotional honesty and some alignments. If this resonated, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and don't miss your next reading. And if you want early access, party and live readings, and the deeper guidance that I reveal only for my members area, remember you are evolving and your guidance will need for you to evolve too. So I'll see you in the next reading. And remember, be love to yourself, and the rest will follow.